It often dawns on me that anything I say about awakening, shifts, non duality, realization can easily be misinterpreted, and often is. This isn't because I know something that you don't, or I have some esoteric knowledge, or that these truths I point to are obscure in some way. It's because there's nothing to find. There's nothing that you are missing that you're going to suddenly find, and it's going to click into place and everything will be okay. That's not really how it happens. You're not going to suddenly live the wondrous life that you've imagined you will. That imagining will be let go of at some point or somehow. And that's not even something that you can necessarily do. It's just a side effect of this letting go of the paradigm of identity. But what lets go of it is not obvious. It's not something you can put your finger on. In fact, it's not even there, really. It's as if holding on holds on to itself, and then it just gets tired of that and lets go. And so it's as if you've been living in a small world inside of a much more vast truth, reality. And for whatever reason, you just get tired of engaging and recreating and rehashing that small world. And the bigger, more vast, more difficult to describe or pin down world just comes forward again. And when I say again, it's because it's obvious that it just was always there. It was always the case. So this is more what realization is. It's seeing what's always there, always been there, could never not be there. But it's not there. It's not somewhere. It's not here inside of me. It's not going to be there inside of you. It's just how this is. And how this is not any specific way. It's inherently free. So reality is inherently free. And that freedom just becomes aware of itself somehow. Or it just stops struggling, stops perceiving itself as separate, distinct, small, with personal, separate will, struggling against other personal wills or against some universal will. All of that sense of struggle is seen to just sort of be illusory. And so everything, just as it is enlightenment. It already is. It couldn't be other. So the weird thing about awakening is it's simply seeing that there was never anyone who was asleep. There's never a distinct, separate, small entity somewhere inside trying to make the world a better place for itself, or make its environment better, or find the right way, or find the right set of circumstances to give itself peace. It just wasn't there. Thoughts are there, and thoughts reflect, and they reflect experiences in the senses in a way that's sort of distorting. But even that is seen to be perfectly okay. It's not a problem. It doesn't need to be fixed. There's no one it's happening to. It's just what's happening. So it's important that anytime you listen to this message or a message like this and you resonate with it, you feel some opening or attunement to what's being spoken to or pointed to in your own experience. It's imperative to trust your own experience above all. The immediacy of presence is your teacher. Don't compare it to something I said or something you've read in a book or something someone else said, and then doubt yourself. There's no need to do that. It's already okay. It's already there. It's already complete. The thought that says, well, yeah, but I haven't experienced it yet. That is enlightenment. That's just one thought. It's fine. It's not a problem. So practice is a result of this feeling of being separate from, not having found yet. Even though you trust that there's nothing to actually find, that the wholeness or completeness or just so-ness of reality is already intact and could never be otherwise. That things just are the way they are and don't need to be rectified or figured out or sorted out. Trusting that your instinct, that you're not here to suffer, is pointing you to something, is pointing you to look into the root of what you take yourself to be right now. That's all practice is. It's inquiry, it's a question. Who am I? Who is suffering? What is truth? What is presence? What is silence? What is it that never fixates? And all of these questions point you to the root of what you take yourself to be right now, to the root of identity. Find out who it is or what it is that seems to be holding distance from life, that seems to be trying to manage, that seems to be struggling. And at the same time, you intuit that there is no struggle. These two are not separate. To the mind, it has to be one way or the other. But to reality, it doesn't. It can easily be both ways at once. You can easily be unfiltered reality, which isn't a place or a ground or a way things are. It's just what it is. And the seeming, seeking individual. It's perfectly okay for those to cohabitate, because there's infinite flexibility here. So if you feel the drive to seek, to question, to inquire, that's fine. Just know you're not going to find it outside of this, right here, right where you are. And really, there's nothing specific to find. But the question is valuable. Who is it that feels like they're suffering? Where am I right now? I, the perceiver. That's a valuable question. Feel into it. Put your attention there. Or let your attention just stop. Because there is right where you are. Right where you've always been. Right where you could never not be. It's just that simple.